Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, where we explore the profound yet practical teachings of Stoicism to enhance our daily lives. Today, we delve into a somewhat unconventional topic: the benefits of ignoring people. As the philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "What I must do is all that concerns me, not what the people think." This powerful reminder teaches us the value of focusing on our own path, especially in a world cluttered with unsolicited advice and endless noise. In this video, we'll uncover how selectively ignoring others can not only preserve our mental peace, but also empower us to live more authentically. Have you ever found yourself overwhelmed by the sheer volume of opinions and expectations from others? How has this influenced your personal and professional life? Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's discuss how embracing a bit of selective ignorance can lead to greater happiness and inner peace. Join me as we explore how turning down the volume of the world helps us amplify our own inner voice, guiding us toward true fulfillment. Remember, not every voice around us deserves our attention, and learning to filter out the noise is key to maintaining our stoic calm in the hustle of everyday life. Let's get started. In a world where everyone's opinions are at our fingertips, primarily through the boundless corridors of the internet, it becomes all too easy to allow the cacophony of voices to dictate our thoughts and actions. From online forums to social media platforms, we encounter an unending stream of views, often presented anonymously, that could potentially sway our decision-making. While absorbing diverse perspectives isn't inherently detrimental, an over-reliance on them can erode our personal autonomy, making us less self-directed in our thinking. Ralph Waldo Emerson, an American philosopher celebrated for his essays on individualism, vehemently criticized this societal inclination to conform. In his seminal work siyl, Self-Reliance, Emerson champions the idea of an internal compass as the most reliable guide in life's journey. He posits that the truest path to fulfillment and wisdom is not trodden by adhering to societal expectations or external counsel, but by heeding our unique inner voices. "What I must do is all that concerns me, not what the people think," he asserts, emphasizing the importance of personal conviction over popular opinion. This principle, challenging both in practice and in theory, distinguishes the profound difference between greatness and mediocrity. The task is formidable, Emerson concedes, because it is always easier to find those who believe they understand our duties better than we do ourselves. Yet the value of others' opinions, while sometimes thought-provoking, pales in comparison to the authentic insights we gain from our own introspection. By deliberately choosing to ignore external inputs, especially from those who presume to dictate our choices and beliefs, we clear the auditory clutter that obscures our inner voices. Emerson acknowledges that solitude might offer a simple escape from the noise of the crowd. However, he argues that the ultimate challenge lies in maintaining fidelity to our inner selves amidst the din of the external world. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, where the pressure to conform can feel overwhelming, Emerson's call to self-reliance is more relevant than ever. It is in the moments of quiet self-reflection that we can truly connect with our core, discovering the authentic desires and aspirations that resonate with our deepest selves. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This sentiment echoes Emerson's philosophy, reinforcing the Stoic belief in the power of self-sufficiency and internal fortitude. Thus, in a time dominated by external validation and the relentless pursuit of societal approval, embracing Emerson's ideals can be a transformative experience. It teaches us to trust our intuition, value our personal judgments, and ultimately, lead a life that is not only authentic, but profoundly fulfilling. In this ongoing conversation between the past and the present, the wisdom of Emerson provides not just a beacon, but a clear path forward for those seeking to reclaim their individuality and navigate life with stoic confidence. In our digital era, The reach of technology into our daily lives is undeniable, bringing people across the globe closer than ever, thanks to advancements in communication, from the charm of old-fashioned letters to the instantaneous connections made through video calls and messaging apps. Staying in touch has never been easier. And if you're active on various social media platforms, you're essentially opening your doors wide to a world eager to connect. While it once took effort to engage with those around us today, the whole world can virtually step right into our living rooms. Consider your smartphone. Less a tool now and more an appendage of your own body, buzzing with endless notifications and updates. It's a portal to infinite information, accessible in mere seconds, day or night. But have you noticed? Amidst this digital noise, a quiet, essential part of us begins to fray at the edges. This relentless connectivity, while innovative, has woven a tapestry of distraction that intrudes upon our inner sanctum, disturbing our peace. The implications are stark. Research underscores a troubling trend. Excessive engagement with social media ranks as a significant precursor to various psychological ailments. A notable study from the U.S. National Library of Medicine illuminates this dark side of digital interaction, finding a strong correlation between heavy social media use and the emergence of anxiety, depression, insomnia, stress, and even a dip in overall happiness and a feeling of mental deprivation. Now let's pivot and imagine a typical day in the life of Alex, a project manager whose smartphone seems glued to his palm. Notifications dictate the rhythm of his day, from emails demanding immediate responses to social media pings that pull his attention in myriad directions. Over time, Alex feels the strain, noticing a dip in his concentration and a pervasive sense of unrest. Seeking solace, he turns to Stoicism, a philosophy grounded in mastering control over one's reactions and fostering profound inner peace. Alex decides to experiment by selectively ignoring certain digital interactions, focusing instead on meaningful engagements. He turns off non-essential notifications, schedules specific times for checking emails, and curbs his social media usage. The results? A noticeable shift in his mental clarity and stress levels, reaffirming a core Stoic principle. Peace comes from within, and sometimes, ignoring external chaos can fortify our inner serenity. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the incessant buzz of your phone? What might change if you chose to step back from the stream of digital demands, even for just a day? As we navigate this interconnected world, it's crucial to remember that while technology can enhance our lives, it can also complicate them. By embracing the Stoic practice of selective attention, focusing on what truly enriches us and letting go of the rest, we can reclaim our mental space and restore our peace of mind. Today, consider what you might gain by losing some of the digital chatter. What peace could you find in the quiet? Have you ever stopped to consider the overwhelming noise that permeates our daily lives? This incessant din, largely amplified by social media, is not just a backdrop. It's actively shaping our mental landscape. Studies highlighting the link between mental health issues and prolonged exposure to social media should not catch us off guard. The reason is simple. The digital realm bombards us with an excessive amount of stimuli, stoking a relentless competition for our attention and subtly eroding our self-esteem. Yet it's crucial to acknowledge that while social media can be engaging and enjoyable, it predominantly serves as human noise amplified, a modern, superficial method of interaction that further clutters our already noisy media environment. This recognition brings us to a powerful realization about the art of ignoring as a form of modern Stoicism. By choosing to turn off our smartphones and TVs, we're not just stepping away from electronic devices, we're stepping toward tranquility. Consider the profound peace that could be yours by simply muting the cacophony of thousands of virtual voices vying for your attention. How liberating would it feel to shift from being puppeteered by technology to embodying the serene composure of a Taoist sage, quietly contemplating by a river? Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In practicing the Stoic art of selective attention, we harness the power to not just filter out the noise, but to choose our focus consciously. This approach isn't about isolation. It's about prioritizing mental space and peace over societal chatter. What might change in your life if you embraced this Stoic practice? Could you find clarity and a renewed sense of purpose by choosing what to ignore? As you ponder these questions, consider the value of silence and stillness in your own life. Engaging in this practice isn't merely a retreat from the world, but a way to reclaim your mental environment, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. This deliberate withdrawal from the noise is a pathway to rediscover your inner peace and to align more closely with your core values and aspirations. It's an invitation to live less reactively and more intentionally. In a world that prides itself on the loud and the urgent, choosing what to ignore can indeed be a revolutionary act. By simplifying your digital interactions, you might just find that the quality of your real-life interactions deepens. After all, as Seneca wisely observed, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. How might your life improve if you reduced the noise and focused on the here and now? This is not just a rhetorical question, but a practical invitation to experiment with the art of ignoring as a pathway to genuine peace and fulfillment. In the evolving digital landscape where voices are louder and opinions more abundant, maintaining one's composure can be a challenging feat, particularly for those in the public eye. The benefits of adopting a Stoic approach to ignore detractors and focus on personal growth cannot be understated. This wisdom, though ancient, holds profound relevance in our modern lives, particularly for men navigating the complexities of middle age. Let's delve into a narrative that may resonate with many. As a content creator, I've faced numerous instances of harsh, unsolicited criticism aimed not at constructive dialogue, but at belittling and discouragement. Initially, this barrage of negativity was daunting. However, through experience and reflection, I learned to disregard these distractions, realizing that visibility often comes with unwarranted attacks. The Stoic philosophers, like Epictetus, illuminated the path to tranquility through their teachings and metaphors, advising us to anticipate and disregard petty disruptions in our pursuits of virtue. Consider the analogy of an ancient Roman bathhouse, a favorite of Epictetus. He described it as a place where you might inevitably encounter rudeness and offensive language. Going there with the expectation of tranquility amidst chaos teaches a valuable lesson. Achieving peace doesn't require changing the nature of the bathhouse or its patrons, but rather changing our reaction to them. This perspective is crucial when navigating modern platforms like YouTube, where exposure to trolling is as guaranteed as the presence of water in a bathhouse. Why are we so affected by the insults and harsh opinions of others? Often it's because we value their perceptions more than our own self-assessment. This inherent desire to be liked and approved by all is an unrealistic ambition that no one can fulfill. Understanding that some will harbor ill will, no matter our actions, can liberate us from the exhausting cycle of seeking universal approval. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality, said Seneca, another Stoic sage, highlighting that many of our perceived struggles stem from our mismanagement of thoughts rather than actual events. Choosing to ignore detractors is not only an exercise in energy conservation, but also a strategic decision to preserve peace of mind. Engaging with every critic or attempting to sway every detractor is a futile endeavor, akin to catching smoke with bare hands. It's essential to recognize that most negative feedback, especially from those who are consistently adversarial, is not meant to guide but to provoke. Incorporating Stoic principles into daily life, especially in our interactions online, means viewing criticism like flies on a summer day, temporary and trivial. Over time, the sting of harsh words diminishes, and one learns to focus on feedback that enriches and constructs rather than that which seeks to tear down. As you navigate through your daily life, remember the Stoic practice of differentiating between what is within our control and what lies beyond it. Apply this to interactions both online and in personal relationships. By doing so, you not only enrich your own life but also set an example of composure and resilience that can profoundly influence those around you. In conclusion, let the wise words of Marcus Aurelius guide you. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Engage with this philosophy as you would a trusted guide through the complexities of modern existence. Allow it to empower and enlighten your path, fostering a resilience that thrives in the face of adversity and a tranquility that endures amidst chaos. In our fast-paced, digitally driven world, the concept of attention as a valuable resource cannot be overstated. Every day, numerous entities vie for this precious commodity. Corporations aiming to increase their profits through advertisements, social media influencers seeking to elevate their popularity, television networks hungry for higher viewership ratings, and employers who demand our time and energy to enhance their bottom lines. In this relentless pursuit, unfortunately, the share of benefits we receive is often disproportionately small. We tend to squander our attention on things that hold little value. Endless hours watching TV shows that don't enrich us, engaging in conversations that lead nowhere, or scrolling through social media feeds filled with people we don't truly care about, and feeling inadequate in comparison to the polished lives they project. This misallocation of attention not only drains our mental energy, but also detracts from time that could be spent on activities that truly matter to our personal growth and fulfillment. Consider your personal aspirations and creative endeavors. These pursuits require focus and a significant investment of your mental resources. How can you achieve your dreams if your attention is fragmented, scattered across trivial engagements? For instance, when I was developing this educational channel in 2019, I made a conscious choice to minimize distractions. This meant limiting interactions both online and offline, focusing solely on my goals. It was crucial to shut out the noise, including the doubts cast by skeptics even if their concerns were well-intended. This period of isolation from external influences was instrumental in allowing me to concentrate fully on creating something meaningful. This strategy of selective engagement isn't novel. It echoes the practices of historical figures who achieved great success by focusing intensely on their work. J.K. Rowling, for example, famously secluded herself in cafes to write the Harry Potter series, deliberately isolating herself from external distractions to focus on her writing. Nikola Tesla spent many hours in solitude, which enabled him to think through complex problems and develop technologies that were far ahead of his time. Similarly, the biblical story of Noah illustrates a man who, despite widespread doubt and criticism, focused unwaveringly on completing his ark. What might you accomplish if you mastered the art of selectively ignoring the unnecessary? Imagine the projects you could complete, the personal milestones you could achieve, and the growth you could attain if you learned to channel your attention wisely. Ignoring the unnecessary isn't about disengaging from the world entirely, but about choosing what to engage with strategically. This approach doesn't just apply to major projects or life-changing decisions. It's also about the day-to-day choices that incrementally shape our lives. Every time you decide where to direct your attention, you are making a small but significant decision about the direction of your life. Remember, focusing your attention on meaningful activities isn't just about achieving goals. It's about creating a life that feels fulfilling and true to your values. So, as you navigate through the noise of the modern world, ask yourself, are the things I'm focusing on bringing me closer to where I want to be? Each moment you spend immersed in distractions is a moment not spent on building the life you envision. Think about how you can better allocate your attention starting today. How will you prioritize your mental space and energy to foster personal growth and pursue what truly matters? This conscious choice is the first step toward a more focused and purposeful life. In today's hyper-connected world, the concept of friendship and meaningful relationships often gets muddled by the sheer volume of interactions we engage in daily. Social media, while a groundbreaking tool for connectivity, tends to foster mostly surface-level interactions. One might boast thousands of followers and countless online connections, yet find themselves without a single profound friendship. This phenomenon isn't restricted to the digital realm. Offline, too, many spread their social efforts thinly across numerous acquaintances rather than cultivating deeper, more meaningful relationships. You may wonder, is spreading our social investments wide rather than deep truly beneficial? This approach might work in financial portfolios where diversification is key to managing risk, but does it pay off in our social lives? When our interactions are numerous, yet shallow, they often serve limited purposes, facilitating small talk, perhaps, or enhancing our social media personas. But what happens in moments of real need? Consider the implications of such a lifestyle. It's entirely possible to be surrounded by people, to label many as friends, or even to be married, yet to lack genuine intimacy or support. A marriage might exist in name and form, where partners are showcased like trophies or valued mostly for their financial attributes. But what does it feel like to live that reality? To have a partner for display or economic convenience, yet no shoulder to lean on when the world grows heavy? Marcus Aurelius once advised, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This Stoic perspective highlights the potential benefits of tuning out the noise of superficial relationships and focusing inward. By ignoring the multitude in favor of nurturing a select few genuine connections, we might find greater satisfaction and stability. Now I ask you, how often do you consider the depth of your relationships? Are you content with the breadth of your social network, or do you yearn for more meaningful connections? Reflecting on these questions could lead you to reconsider how you allocate your social energy and perhaps guide you toward more fulfilling interactions. As we journey together through this discussion, I encourage you to engage actively, ponder the scenarios presented, and introspect about what truly enriches your life. Remember, as Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listen to your inner voice as we explore the profound benefits of sometimes choosing to ignore the many to better appreciate the few. Arthur Schopenhauer, the notable pessimist philosopher, once likened human relationships to hedgehogs in winter. If we get too close, we risk the sharp sting of each other's spines, yet without some proximity, we miss the warmth that closeness can offer. This analogy poignantly captures the delicate balance of human interactions, especially in our fast-paced modern world, where true connections can seem fleeting and superficial. While it's true that not every relationship will enrich our lives, Schopenhauer's view underscores a potent truth about social interactions. Quality often trumps quantity. In the Stoic tradition, the idea of selective engagement is not only practical, but philosophical. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic himself, famously noted, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." If we apply this wisdom, we see that ignoring some people isn't about disdain, but about prioritizing where we invest our emotional and cognitive resources. It's about focusing on relationships that genuinely add value to our lives, those that foster trust, growth, tolerance, and mutual respect. The strategy of selective engagement might seem counterintuitive in a society that often equates more friends and followers with greater success and happiness. However, the depth of our relationships dictates their impact on our happiness and growth, not the breadth. In practical terms, this means acknowledging that we cannot and should not form deep connections with everyone we meet. By choosing to engage more deeply with fewer people, we afford ourselves the time and space to cultivate relationships that truly matter. This approach is not only about managing our social energy, but about enriching our lives with meaningful interactions that encourage mutual growth and understanding. Thus, the art of ignoring, as per Stoic guidance, isn't a cold dismissal of others, but a thoughtful selection process. It's a conscious decision to bypass fleeting or shallow interactions in favor of depth and quality. In today's digital age, where distractions are plentiful and attention is the new currency, the wisdom of the Stoics is more relevant than ever. They teach us to value our attention as our most precious resource and to invest it wisely. By integrating the timeless wisdom of Stoicism with modern life, we find that ignoring certain social stimuli can lead to a richer, more focused life. This approach allows us to concentrate not on the noise that fills so much of our days, but on the music that truly enriches our souls. As we navigate through our busy lives, let us remember that the quality of our connections defines the quality of our lives. In embracing this, we find a deeper sense of satisfaction and contentment, proving that sometimes less really is more. This perspective isn't just philosophical. It's a practical blueprint for living well in our complex world. It teaches us to value ourselves and our time enough to choose, without apology, the relationships that serve us best. So, as we continue forward, let's carry with us the courage to ignore wisely, embracing the freedom and peace that come from knowing we have chosen not just more, but better. Next, let's explore strategies for maintaining our composure and focus by effectively ignoring situations or those who disrupt our peace. This is particularly relevant for men aged 30 to 65, who often juggle numerous responsibilities that demand resilience and wisdom. In our journey through life, we inevitably encounter individuals' problems and who may drain our energies or disturb our peace. Embracing the Stoic philosophy, particularly the teachings regarding the management of our reactions to others, offers a profound strategy for maintaining serenity amidst social challenges. This approach is particularly resonant in the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, who advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." 1. Avoid contact with them. The simplest and most direct method to apply this teaching is to strategically avoid contact with those who disrupt our tranquility. If someone consistently causes discomfort, keeping a physical and emotional distance becomes essential. This is not about evasion, but about choosing where to invest our energy wisely. For instance, if a bothersome colleague frequents the company cafeteria, consider altering your lunchtime routine or finding alternative places to dine. Similarly, if you know that a particular individual will attend an upcoming event, it might be worth considering alternative plans that align more closely with your peace of mind. In addition to avoidance, there's great value in redirecting our focus towards positive interactions and constructive activities. Engaging deeply in our hobbies, professional tasks, or with supportive friends and family can fortify our mental state and deflect the negative impact of less pleasant individuals. This method of handling difficult social interactions is not just about keeping peace, but also about cultivating a life that prioritizes personal growth and happiness. As Seneca once said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. By focusing our interactions on those who uplift and inspire, we enhance our own capacity for resilience and joy. To seamlessly integrate this philosophy into modern life, consider the constant choices we face regarding how and with whom we spend our time. The act of ignoring, when done wisely, is not a passive withdrawal, but an active decision about directing one's life towards greater harmony and productivity. It is a conscious choice to not let others' behaviors dictate our emotional state, thereby ensuring that our life's narrative remains firmly within our control. Therefore, let us stride forward with the wisdom of Epictetus, who reminds us that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By mastering the art of ignoring that which does not serve our highest good, we not only preserve our peace but also enhance our potential to live a fulfilling and stoic life. 2. Strategies for exiting situations when needed. Navigating the complexities of interpersonal interactions is no small feat. Sometimes the wisest course of action is to strategically distance yourself from conversations that no longer serve your peace of mind. You know those moments, right? When it becomes clear that someone simply can't or won't understand your perspective, despite your best efforts to clarify your stance. In these situations, it's not just okay to step away, it's necessary. Take, for instance, a colleague who relentlessly criticizes your personal life choices. Imagine you've tried to remain calm, avoiding confrontation, yet they persist. In such moments, a measured response can be your escape hatch. You might say, "I value your opinion, but I really do not need it, and I am on my own path." Then gracefully exit the conversation. This approach isn't about shunning dialogue, but choosing your battles wisely. Why might this Stoic practice of ignoring be beneficial in modern life? Consider a day filled with back-to-back meetings, a barrage of notifications, and a to-do list that never seems to end. The ability to ignore, to selectively disengage, can be a superpower. It allows you to conserve your energy for the things that truly matter: your well-being, your major projects, and your loved ones. But how does this apply to you, in your everyday life? Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the sheer volume of demands on your attention? Perhaps it's time to assess where you can apply this principle. Could you benefit from setting boundaries with a demanding friend, or filtering out the noise of social media? What might change if you prioritize your peace over pleasing everyone? Let's wrap up with a story that brings this concept to life. Imagine Sarah, a project manager juggling a high-stakes project at work while planning her wedding. Amidst this, a colleague begins questioning her decision to work remotely 2 days a week, a choice crucial for her mental health and productivity. Initially, Sarah engages, attempting to justify her schedule. However, she soon realizes that this conversation is only draining her energy, contributing nothing to her well-being or the project's success. She decides to politely but firmly end the discussion, focusing instead on her priorities. This decision not only preserves her energy but also reinforces her autonomy in managing her personal and professional life. So I ask you, where could ignoring be the key to maintaining your focus and serenity? Could this practice enhance your effectiveness and happiness? In conclusion, learning to ignore certain interactions is not about promoting rudeness or indifference, but about exercising personal discretion in conserving your emotional and mental resources. It's a skill that, when mastered, can lead to profound personal growth and a more focused pursuit of your goals. Remember, not every battle is worth fighting, and not every conversation deserves your precious time. Choose wisely and thrive. 3. Don't pay too much attention to other people's reviews. Imagine for a moment that you're navigating the turbulent waters of daily life, where every interaction and every piece of feedback could sway your course. How do you maintain your course without being buffeted by everyone else's opinions? The answer might lie in a powerful Stoic principle: the selective attention to others' opinions. Why should you, as a modern Stoic, consider ignoring certain opinions and criticisms? Not all judgments or critiques are rooted in truth or relevance to your personal journey. Your intuition and personal insight play crucial roles in discerning which pieces of feedback can constructively contribute to your growth and which should be disregarded. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This quote underscores the importance of filtering the noise that doesn't serve your higher objectives. Think about the times when criticism felt particularly harsh or misguided. Were those moments truly about your actions? Or were they more about the other person's perceptions and issues? Smart listening means engaging selectively with feedback, absorbing what improves your character and performance, while letting go of negativity that doesn't align with your core values. Moreover, each of us is unique, with our own identities and paths to forge. Striving to meet someone else's ideal is not only exhausting, but also contrary to Stoic teachings that emphasize authenticity and self-sufficiency. By embracing your individuality, you transform into a beacon for others, inspiring them to appreciate your uniqueness rather than molding yourself to fit their expectations. Therefore, if you find yourself discounted or undervalued by others, why not learn to overlook these slights? After all, as Epictetus, another Stoic luminary, advised, if you hear that someone is speaking ill of you, instead of trying to defend yourself, you should say, He obviously does not know me very well, since there are so many other faults he could have mentioned. Now I invite you to reflect. When have you allowed others' opinions to overly influence your decisions? And what might you have done differently if you had adhered more strictly to your Stoic principles? By contemplating this question, you engage in a dialogue not just with me, but with yourself, exploring deeper understandings and applications of Stoic wisdom in your life. In this journey of life, embracing the Stoic practice of selective attention to opinions can lead to a more peaceful and focused existence. It's about knowing when to listen and when to ignore, ensuring that your mind remains serene and your spirit resilient amidst the cacophony of the world. 4. Forget the unhappy events of the past. In the bustling cadence of our daily lives, where interactions both fleeting and profound shape our experiences, it's vital to master the art of selective attention. This is especially crucial for men in the mature seasons of their lives, from 30 to 65, who stand to benefit immensely from the Stoic practice of ignoring trivial disturbances. Marcus Aurelius once counseled, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This ancient wisdom underscores the serenity that comes from focusing on what truly matters, shedding the weight of the inconsequential. The ability to disregard nuisances or those who disrupt our peace is not about indifference, but about guarding our mental space. By learning to overlook minor grievances, we not only conserve energy, but also cultivate a mental environment where tranquility thrives. This principle is echoed in the story of the old fisherman who, despite the stormy jeers of the sea, chose only to cast his nets where he knew the waters were rich with fish. His selective engagement with the environment exemplifies the Stoic virtue of focusing on fruitful endeavors while ignoring barren distractions. Looking back can sometimes feel like gazing into a rearview mirror while trying to navigate forward. It's informative yet potentially distracting. The past, with its mix of shadows and sunlights, is a mosaic of lessons learned and opportunities missed. As we mature, the clarity of hindsight often brings into focus the futility of nursing old grievances. Each misstep in our younger years, each failure, is not merely a regret, but a stepping stone to greater wisdom. The adage, "Do not be disturbed by past follies." Instead, use them as the soil to grow your future successes. Beautifully encapsulates this mindset. We must learn to view our past not as a chain that binds us, but as a ladder that helps us climb to new heights. In modern life, where past blunders can be incessantly replayed on the digital stage, it's essential to disconnect from these loops. By consciously choosing to ignore these old echoes, we free ourselves to craft a present rich with new meaning. Herein lies the practical advice for today's Stoic. Engage with your present with the full force of your attention. Let the lessons of the past be your guide, but not your jailer. As you navigate the complexities of modern relationships and responsibilities, remember that the peace you cultivate inside will manifest outwardly, influencing all aspects of your life. Thus, as we weave the fabric of our days, let's embed the golden threads of Stoic wisdom throughout. By adopting a selective focus, by using our past as a guidepost rather than a hitching post, and by engaging fully with the present, we not only enhance our own lives, but also enrich those around us. This practice, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, offers a robust framework for not just enduring but thriving amid the relentless pace of modern life. 5. Eliminate unnecessary things. In our fast-paced world, it's essential to sift through the clutter and prioritize what truly matters. Imagine someone who constantly juggles too many tasks, only to end up frustrated or disappointed by their inability to manage everything effectively. This scenario is all too common, but there's a powerful, Stoic solution to consider: the art of strategic ignorance. Let's talk about decluttering, not just your workspace, but your mind and priorities. In both our personal and professional lives, knowing what to focus on and, perhaps more importantly, what to ignore, can make a substantial difference. Take unnecessary worries and baseless thoughts. These should be the first to go. By eliminating these non-essentials, we lighten not only our physical load but our mental one as well. The secret to happiness might be hidden in the least expected places. It's not necessarily found in wealth or profound success, but in the satisfaction and simplicity of life. It's about feeling content with who you are and overlooking the trivial details to embrace life fully. Let me share a story that perfectly illustrates this point. Sarah, a project manager, found herself overwhelmed with tasks at work and constantly stressed about minor issues at home. One day, her mentor, a seasoned Stoic, advised her to practice strategic ignorance, deliberately ignoring the things that didn't align with her primary goals. Sarah started by silencing her phone notifications during deep work sessions and stopped fretting over the little things, like the perfectly clean house. The result? Her productivity soared and she was more present and joyful in her daily life. So, how can you apply this in your own life? What are the minor nuisances or needless worries you could start ignoring to enhance your focus and well-being? By pondering these questions, you encourage introspection, which is the first step toward meaningful change. As you reflect on this concept, remember the profound lesson here. Happiness and contentment often lie beyond the clutter of life's little worries. By mastering the art of ignoring the unnecessary, we open doors to a more fulfilling and serene existence. This Stoic practice not only simplifies your life but enriches it, allowing you to focus on what truly matters: your personal growth, your peace of mind, and your journey to a contented life. As we wrap up today's video on the Stoic practice of selective attention, remember that your peace of mind and happiness hinge largely on where and how you choose to invest your attention. It's okay to be discerning about the interactions you engage in and the influences you allow into your life. Take a moment to reflect. Are there areas in your daily routine where you could benefit from applying this principle of selective attention? Could ignoring certain distractions enhance your focus and well-being? I encourage you to try this out for yourself and see the difference it makes. Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Let's foster a community where we can learn from each other's journeys in embracing Stoicism in our daily lives. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more insights into living a more fulfilled and tranquil life. Remember, sometimes the power of ignorance can indeed be a pathway to bliss. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay Stoic.